Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading. This is part 2 for the week of April 11th. This is part 1 right here. And if you haven't watched part 1 yet, it is linked up in the description down below. With that North Node card, interestingly enough, you have this first house card. It says Arrival on it. And remember, in your first reading, we were kind of talking about how you could be removing like a title or some sort of what you feel like is a description of yourself. And again, this description could be something that other people have given to you. It could be something that you've given yourself, right? We all do this. We all put these titles and descriptions on us for whatever reason. And it's almost like you're kind of removing one of those things from your life. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Six of Wands. There you go. Six of Wands is a card of excellence. It is a card of showing off. It is a card of putting yourself out there. Normally, on the Six of Wands, there's a guy on a horse, and there's a bunch of people around him, and he is celebrating. He is successful. It can be a card of jealousy. There's normally a person in the background who is kind of like looking at him and looks a little bit suspicious, right? And so it kind of says ignore that, but I do get that feeling here with the Three of Pentacles that there could be people who are like jealous of your success, but again, that's not your problem, that's their problem. But I do feel you could be being recognized for success. Again, Three of Pentacles is a really good card for getting a raise, getting a promotion, anything like that. So I do feel, I feel that energy for you where there could be like some sort of like bonus coming in because of hard work that you've done. Three of Pentacles being the card of quality work, and you could be receiving recognition for that. With the Eight of Swords, you have the Sun. Love it. That to me looks like a solution to the Eight of Swords. Again, the Eight of Swords is a card of being stuck. It's a card of self-imposed restriction is a word I was looking for. But I do feel there's a lot of happiness coming in for you here. I also feel there's like a general sense of guidance. Sometimes I feel with the sun just shines a light on something that we should be paying attention to in our life. It doesn't really matter what it is. And so I feel like it's almost like I'm seeing the sun more as general guidance for you. The sun is something that could make us happy, something that brings us joy. So if you're feeling stuck in your life, I would say move towards joy and happiness, and it could be anything that makes you joyful and happy. If you enjoy roller skating, I don't care what it is, I would do it with the sun if you're being drawn to it, because clearly you need to be in that energy. With the Three of Cups, you have the Chariot. There you go. Definitely a celebration and a victory coming in for you at this time. The Chariot is an energy of kind of leaving something behind. Normally, the chariot rider has the city behind him, and he is leaving behind the city that is behind him. So in a lot of ways, I feel like you are kind of leaving behind the city behind you, and you could be moving on to something new, which we see with the Page of Wands. A lot of people, I feel, are dealing with kind of like moving on from one thing, moving to the next stage. I feel like we're all being leveled up. I've talked about this before. I feel like we're entering into a new world, kind of, so to speak. I feel like we're already in it. Nothing has really changed. I think it's just a raising of the vibration, whatever you want to call it. And, again, I feel like a lot of us are being called to move away from things that we've been dealing with for like a long time, or maybe we have to change our story, right? I really just feel like the universe wants us to upgrade, plain and simple. How crazy is this? You have a stag here on that first house card, and then you have this with the Otter Spirit, you have the stag right here, the Stag Spirit. This card says take the lead. So clearly, it is time for you to take the lead on something. I would say that what you're taking the lead on is that Ace of Pentacles. This to me looks like the path to victory or something like that. This top row. It's like you get attention on something, there's an opportunity, and Page of Wands, it leads to like a new beginning. But I feel like you're taking the lead on this new beginning. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Ace of Wands. I love it. Again, it is blowing my mind, Cancer, that for the past few weeks, I've never seen so many aces coming up in readings. It's crazy to me that multiple signs have been getting multiple aces. It almost never happens. Two aces to me is a definite yes to a question that I haven't answered. I also think it's interesting that one wand, he's holding on to one wand in the Page of Wands. The Ace of Wands is something that inspires you, something that creates joy and happiness, just like the sun. So like I said, I feel that for a lot of you, the new beginning for you could be coming in, and it could be something that you love. It could be something that you that brings you a lot of joy and happiness, but it looks like there's a positive new beginning here. With the Five of Cups, you have the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is a card of freedom. Of course, a lot of people read it as a card of marriage. It is a card of marriage, but that's not really the feeling that I get for you here, Cancer. I just get more like an accomplishment, mostly because of that Six of Wands. Six of Wands is, victory. It's a card of excellence. It's a card of accomplishment as well. Four of Wands, normally there's that like garland that's hanging between the four wands. Kind of looks like a finish line. And so the Four of Wands, to me, is a finish line card. It is like reaching a finish line. With the Five of Cups, I feel like some of you are at this point in your life where you're just saying, is this it? Is there more for me? Can I create more? And I would say yes. I feel like you are an eternal spiritual being. I feel like what you can create probably is far beyond what you could possibly imagine. So, and that's not me being clickbaity here either. I truly believe that. So, but I feel like we have to believe it to be able to do it in the first place. So I kind of feel like you are capable of creating much more in your life. I kind of feel this is maybe part of the realization that you have. This is a pretty powerful reading this week, I would say, Cancer, especially with that King of Cups. Remember in your first reading, I was talking about like you really exploring the depths of your feelings and stuff like that. And it just looks to me like you could be saying, is this it for my life, wherever you are? I'm not saying you're unhappy or totally dissatisfied. Maybe some of you are, of course, but I feel like you just want more. The Page of Wands, he realizes there's so much more that he can experience. He realizes that that there's so much more that he can create and do and all that other stuff. And that's what I feel like you're realizing here. Pretty deep reading, like I said. With the Six of Swords, you have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands could say that there's something you've always dreamed of doing, and now it's time for you to try again. Nine of Wands always reminds me of swinging the bat, kind of giving something one last try, giving something that like one last little bit of effort. It's a card that says do not give up. So if you've been dreaming of something or doing something for a long time in your life, I would definitely try again with that card. With that lily in the feather, you have the elephant. It says a long journey. There you go, Page of Wands. Either physical or mental will leave you wiser at the end. And you have the hammock. It says taking a vacation physically or mentally. There you go. Some of you are clearly going on a journey. You have the Chariot here. Four of Wands, Six of Wands. These are all cards of like movement. There are people moving on all those cards. And you have the Page of Wands here. So I feel for a lot of you, if you're going on vacation or traveling, this of course would be very good for you. But I don't think this is saying you have to do those things. I think it's just talking about movement in general. And again, you could be moving in the sense that you're starting a new business or you're starting a new project or you're working on something new. So I feel like going on adventure is going to be very beneficial for you. With the Page of Wands, you have the Eight of Pentacles. I love the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is material success on the horizon. Eight of Pentacles is abundance. It kind of represents putting in work and receiving results for the work that you do. So I feel for a lot of you, this is saying the juice is worth the squeeze. Something is going to be very successful for you if you put the work into it. This could be a business or, whatever project or whatever it is that you're doing. The Eight of Pentacles is kind of like a card of practice as well. And we were talking about that in your first reading. I was kind of like seeing something needing to be practiced. I kind of felt like it was more how you talk to yourself, the words that you use on yourself, which we go watch the first reading if you don't remember. We talked all about it, but I feel like that would be a good practice for you. But the Eight of Pentacles, he's also very focused. He's only working on those 8 pentacles. He kind of has like a much more focused idea, much more focused goal. I always say in these readings, whenever I get these Wands cards, right? Ace of Wands, Page of Wands, he's using that wand. Six of Swords as well. We have this person back here who is kind of using a wand, right? And maybe I'm reaching a little bit here, Cancer, but, one of my favorite people of all time, Les Brown, I always talk about him, right? He always says that your reason why will be your rod and your staff to comfort you. Like when you're on a long journey, when you're trying to accomplish something, it's like you can lean on your wand basically to support you. And I kind of feel like that Ace of Wands, Page of Wands, it's like that is your why you are doing something. And if you don't have one of those, I would get one because I feel like it'll be very beneficial for you. With the Seven of Swords, you have the Lovers. I would definitely, again, you had this other weird card up here that said something about someone is undependable and insincere. So I would be very careful of any tricky Seven of Swords people, right? And especially with the Lovers card, again, there could be, for those of you in love, I do feel like there could be 2 people that you could choose between for some of you. And I feel like one person is clearly a mistake, but I feel like they're very obviously immature, very obviously not the right person. So don't fall into the trap, right? For others, I feel like you are focused on new love. The Lovers is about picking a new path. Chariot also is about picking a new path. I do feel like you have a decision to make, with the Chariot, with the Lovers. On a traditional Chariot, the Sphinxes are facing in opposite directions. And it kind of says you have a choice to make. You have a decision to make, to go this way or that way, right? The secret with the Chariot is that there are no reins attached to those Sphinxes. So it's like the Chariot driver, he trusts that the universe is guiding him, right? So he makes sure that he is in alignment with his highest good. So he makes sure that, again, he has no self-limiting beliefs, because it's like if we have self-limiting beliefs, the universe might lead us towards more self-limiting beliefs. And people always ask me, like, if the universe wants the best for us, why does it lead us towards more? If we have self-limiting beliefs, why does it lead us towards more things that we don't want? Because the universe is trying to get us to go the other direction. The universe is saying, you don't want this, so start focusing this way in the other direction, right? So I feel for a lot of you, this is like your beliefs are going to be very important at this time. With the King of Cups, you have the Five of Cups. This was actually in reverse when I just pulled it out of there. You have the Five of Cups twice. Again, number one, I would get out of your head. Number two, I would focus on what you do want, not what you don't want with that Five of Cups. I'm actually going to pull just a quick last row here to get more details on this last row situation. You have the Death card. Could be a Scorpio coming in for you because of that King of Cups and the Death card. Could also just be a transformation that you are going through. You have the King of Wands. Your desires are going to be extremely important this week. Again, you have too many cards that represent your desires. The Sun, the Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. Even that Four of Wands is like what you are committed to. Six of Wands, Three of Pentacles. I mean, again, very, very strong desires this week, and I would move towards your desires in general. And you have the Four of Pentacles. You're changing your story as well. Four of Pentacles, holding on to the past. What I would say here is I would take the lead for sure, which you have that take the lead card, and the King of Wands, which is all about taking the lead. And I would let go of your old story with that Four of Pentacles. This could be one of those situations, especially in love, where it's like maybe you feel like you only deserve the bad person here, right? We all have these weird hiccups and things like that, right? So what I would say here is, change your words. The King of Pentacles, or the King of Cups, sorry. It's like maybe you feel like you don't deserve the King of Cups. Maybe it's someone you feel like is too good for you or whatever. I'd say, don't say that. Change your words, right? But this is a very interesting reading, pretty deep. And again, I feel like you're doing a lot of self-exploration here, Cancer. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.